Now to this story, Greg Kelley or Johnathan McCarty. Who is guilty? Who is innocent? Today, the first day of a three-day hearing as former Leander High School football star Greg Kelley begins his quest to have his conviction for a child sex crime overturned.
Chris Betts will join us in a second, but first we begin with Tony Ploheski, who says prosecutors and attorneys for Greg Kelley just wrapped up hours of deconstructing the twists and the turns of a police investigation that led to Kelley's conviction.
Tony, what can you tell us about what went on inside the courtroom today?
Terry and Mike, Williamson County District Attorney Sean Dick said today before the hearing even started that he is viewing this as a fact-finding mission. The big question that he and others want answered, whether or not Greg Kelley or someone else sexually assaulted a 4-year-old boy. Now, witnesses, including Kelley's brother, testified today, and he said that Greg Kelley was with him, helping the family move on the day the crime is thought to have happened. He said Kelley could not have assaulted the boy. Cedar Park Police Detective Chris Daly also testified, and he said he believes that he did a thorough job and he is standing by how he investigated the boy's claims.
If you had been accused of an offense where you were looking at the minimum of 25 years, would you want someone to thoroughly investigate the allegations against you?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that you've done that in return in this case?
Yes, sir.
You've investigated thoroughly?
Yes, sir.
Greg Kelley was in the courtroom today wearing blue jeans and a polo shirt. He has been in the Williamson County Jail since June. That's when a judge ordered him transferred from a state prison in Huntsville back here to Georgetown. Now, also in court today were attorneys for Johnathan McCarty. McCarty has been named as an alternative suspect in the case and also remains in the same jail on unrelated charges. Now, usually in cases like this, prosecutors are friendly toward law enforcement officials testifying on the stand, but today they asked some of the most pointed questions, hinting through those questions that they believe police missed important steps as part of this investigation. Now, coming up tonight at 6, I'll break down for you what some of those steps were. But joining me now is my colleague Chris Betts. Chris, a number of Greg Kelley supporters were at the courthouse and in the courtroom today, and I know that they feel very strongly about Greg Kelley's innocence.
Oh, absolutely. That's why they're here showing their support. In fact, Tony, all of those supporters poured out of this building just less than 30 minutes ago when day one of the trial was wrapping up. And among those supporters was Greg Kelley's mother, Rosa Kelley. She told me that she felt like today went very well, but she was also surprised by what she referred to as errors in the case that were brought to light in the courtroom today. Before the trial began, you could feel the emotion. It was very heavy. There were tears. There was a lot of hugging. But then during the first break, when everyone crowded out into the hallways in the courtroom, it got so loud that the bailiff had to ask everyone to be quiet. You could just feel and hear sort of a sense of excitement that supporters in the courtroom felt like this hearing is going in Greg's favor. Now, Greg Kelley's mom and his brother, who testified today, spoke to us about the hearing.
This morning when I hear the rain, I was very happy, like washing everything off. And it's a big thing.
It's been a long wait to get this hearing, get this new chance to get my brother out, and I feel like we are going to be successful this time around.
As Tony mentioned, the courtroom was so packed with supporters that nearly a dozen of them had to sit outside to wait for an open seat. Everyone I spoke to here today tells me that they expect even more supporters to be here tomorrow. They tell me that people are taking off work and they will be here at 9 a.m. when day 2 of this hearing gets underway. For now, live at Williamson County Courthouse, Chris Betts, KVUE News.
Chris, there is a victim in this case, a boy who was 4 at the time, who told his mother in July 2013 Kelley had sexually assaulted him twice at that daycare in Cedar Park. The incidents were believed to have occurred weeks earlier, and physical evidence was impossible to obtain. It does not appear that victim will testify this time. Make sure to follow us on social media. We'll continue to update you throughout the hearing as information comes available. We will also have more coming up tonight on KVUE News at 6.